But at the end of the day, this is just shit's happening.
Yeah, but like, okay, like say you always just like have like bro, we're looking at it from 2020. Maybe in 2025, it's gonna be like, man, good, thank God we had Donald Trump, because after Donald Trump, we learned from our mistakes. And now America's great. Who knows?
I don't think we ever really learn from our mistakes.
That's pessimistic, though. That's just.
No, it's not. It's just looking at history. Shit repeats itself all the time. Because it's just human nature.
Oh.
It's human nature to group up and fucking kill another group.
Then maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
I mean, technically, according to the strong survive type shit, you know?
Mm,
But is that even correct?
I don't know. David wants to live in an anarchy zone. I was talking to him about it yesterday. He wants
Yeah,
to
that's
live in
definitely
like
not a good idea.
but his is interesting because it's kind of very like it's brutal, but it's also kind of like with since like everybody would be responsible for their own plot of land type of thing, and, like
Yeah.
everybody would basically have guns, and since there is like no governing body, like it would almost bring its own status quo. Like nobody would want to fuck around because you know that other people can fuck with you. You know what I mean?
That definitely wouldn't work.
Yeah, I didn't agree with him either, but I heard him out, and that was his. I don't know. He explained
I
it a
feel
little
like
bit
that
different. I wasn't really.
there
I
would just
didn't
be like
jump
a
into it.
gang who
That's
just
what I
rises
told him. I
up.
was like, I kept on telling him like, yo, like, once that happens, like, we
Like,
just
what
gotta
are you gonna
rob
do?
niggas, bro. We just gotta go out and rob some
Yeah.
people. And he's like, nah, bro, you don't need to.
Like that could work for a bit, but like, bro, that's a glass house. Like the minute a rock gets thrown in there, shit goes down.
So what I told David is that I said that I don't think it's fair to think about the world from your own perspective. So what you would do in a situation isn't necessarily what everybody else will do in a situation, and your morals are
Yeah.
not the morals that other people have. So like just because you don't think that like oh like I don't want to rob my neighbor because like I gotta live here and like they might rob me back. Like people
Yeah.
don't care. That's what I told him. Like
Yeah. People don't give a
people don't give
shit.
a
Bro,
fuck,
look at
bro.
all the
Like
looting that happened, right? Nobody gave a fuck.
yeah, you see that's the thing. Like okay. If ever so what David was saying is that everybody would be so preoccupied like making like gathering food and doing like farm work and shit that we wouldn't have time to like plot against each other.
Okay,
And
but then he's talking about going back to like our
oh yeah,
ancestor ways, like not having
he's saying
cities or
like
anything.
so what we were talking about how we got to this part is we were talking about like what if like China and the U.S. instead of getting in a nuclear war, they got into an EMP war, and all the electronics and everything that we have that works electronically, even like landlines and telephones, what if
Hmm.
that shit all stopped working? And then like the governments like kind of dissolved and then became that type of situation. Or like I told them the only way that this type of thing can work is if you started like a space colony and from scratch it was like that and or even like you had to almost have people born in that system where they weren't like
Yeah.
human
Because why would
earthlings.
somebody want to live in that system when there's this one? It's just like you don't have to go out and farm your land for 12 hours a day. You can just go to the grocery store and buy an apple.
Well, I think they would just humanity would just survive though if you think about it. It would be a weird community, but it would be like a it would be kind of like a
We would
native.
survive
It'd be
until there's like a drought.
no, not necessarily, bro. Look at the natives. The natives had a whole society that was completely different than our Western view.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
They
what we were
were
talking about. How
nomadic
like
though, meaning that they didn't
no,
stay in one spot.
no yeah they did the longhouses. The Inuit were they stayed in long huts and they were just it's like your child would be breastfed by your neighbor and like some fucking random lady would just be breastfeeding your baby sometimes. Like that's just how it ran. Like they all took
Yeah,
care of
how it
each
had
other.
to run.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but
I
it
don't think
still
that works with
functioned.
larger populations though. That's because they were small. Once you get
Uh,
over like 1,000, bro, how the fuck are you gonna govern that? Like, how do you make sure everyone's in line?
I don't know.
Unless
Maybe it would
everybody
just be
has perfect,
disconnected
like,
then.
good intentions.
Then maybe you just live a more nomadic life, but like who's to say that like say you taught squirrels how to use like instruments and tools and shit, you know what I mean? Like who's to say that their life it would be like better using the tools than without like maybe the natural progression for humans, maybe we're already pushing the boundaries. You know what I mean? Like, what if you had like a space colony like that, and that kind of like humanity just survived and consciousness survived for like thousands of years longer than we would have survived, because like we would kill each other from our systems that we have.
It's possible, yeah. I wonder if it's like this system that we build now, like to get to that point where like you evolve into like a type 1 civilization. I wonder if there's like it's a really fine line to be able to get through there. I wonder if like the most likely outcome is that we destroy ourselves, but then there's like a 1% chance that we like just prosper and we fucking, I don't know, discover like wormholes and shit and like interdimensional travel.
I wonder if there's there's tons of universes out there that were created, like tons of little bubbles. Did you watch that space thing, bro?
I watched part of it.
Okay, I think there's another video where like they kind of talk, or I think in that video they start talking about like the possibility of humans like creating new like universes.
New worlds, new universes, yeah.
By making a singular point in time history have like a lot of energy, you can create one.
Yeah, to create a singularity, like that'd be a fuckload of energy. We don't even know if that's like.
Well, okay. What if we were able? But we don't even understand how the energy system works. If we were able to harness the energy that's making the universe spread apart, like just that act of like that force that's pushing us further and further away from the center.
Yeah.
If you're able to harness that energy, bro, you can for sure create.
I don't think we're being pushed away from the center.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a big bang, and then from the center point, everything exploded outwards.
Yeah, but like the Big Bang there wasn't like a point. The Big Bang was everywhere.
It wasn't one specific.
So it's not like we can look at the universe and like look and there's like a middle to the universe. Like everywhere you look, like kind of like a sphere. You know, everywhere you look from is gonna be the middle.
Well, the universe will end with the one. So I think they say the biggest black hole is at the center of the universe.
I don't think so, dude.
That would kind of play with the idea of like yin and yang. If like there's actually a black hole in the middle that's like pulling us together, pulling us like closer, but also pushing us further away, you know. So it's keeping us suspended.
I don't know. I don't think we're ever gonna be able to figure this shit out.
No, we're gonna die out before. I think humanity's good. Oh, it's both of them on the left side.
Yep.
We might, bro. I think if we you ever heard of the few great men theory? That it's not necessarily like, okay, so there's some people who believe that human progression is all due to a few great men in human history, and like they're just like,
yeah, I actually agree with that.
And it's like, and those people have an echoing effect, so it's like, I'm so great that I bring everybody up, and, like I create crazy things, and because of me, other people
Fuck, he's on the steps here. Coming down.
I wonder if that challenges the Industrial Revolution thing, or if that kind of... What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
Yo, he's down.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, I heard a huge explosion behind me. Yo, what? Yo.
Objective in play, get after it.
Yo, I thought something exploded, man. Oh, what the fuck was that?
I heard that through your mic too.
Holy. Alright, I think there was a... I don't know what it was. You suck. Yo.
He's up top.
Stay hungry. Where that came from.
You know what? What if what if we can never actually see like the true nature, or the true like like the bottom of the universe, you know, like what the everything's made out of. Because if you think about it, like like you can't look at your eye with your eye, right? Unless you have a mirror. He's right there. There we go. Like you can't look at your own eye, like you can't touch the tip of your finger with the tip of your finger kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So what if the universe itself, like we are the universe technically, so what if the universe isn't able to look at itself? What if that's just not a possibility? The universe can't actually look at itself because that just like, it's fucking impossible.
Well, I had
So
like
we'll never actually be able to,
I had like
we'll
some
never actually
kinda,
be able
like,
to see everything.
Yeah, I had a weird idea, realization, like yesterday. It was like a play on the idea of like we are gods.
One on the right coming up top.
And what I like my train of thought was that if we are
Both on the right now.
so if we are the
How
creators.
the fuck?
I don't. They both lazy. If we are the creators of a universe,
3 up.
If we are the creators, yeah.
okay, then just like how the algae that existed 500 million years ago in the ocean that did nothing but die and create oxygen for me to breathe in today. So they played their part 400 million years ago. We are gods in the sense that we're playing our part to progress humanity to the point where we create universe. We create another universe where humans can exist again, or where life can exist again. And I was like kind of like feeling that idea. Maybe we're gods in that sense because we're experiencing life. We're experiencing like our little a flash of influence on that outcome, you know.
Yeah, I can fuck with that.
And I was kind of like playing on the few great men thing. These
On to the
guys.
next round. Pick it up.
Played like pussies, huh?
Smart.
So yeah, you're saying like kind of it's all one process.
Yeah.
Like what's happening now is
And it kind of gives you meaning for whatever you do in your life, because maybe you didn't necessarily invent the rocket, but maybe you served the coffee for the guy who created the rocket, and you saved him like 30 minutes that he couldn't have done, and now he's able to create a rocket.
We're losing ground.
possible.
Let's take it back.
Possible.
And you can choose to make your contribution more or less, but like we don't really have any other meaning to survive, right? Or maybe that's
Yeah, it's just
maybe
up
that's
to you,
more like
bro.
yeah, and maybe that's
Just
like
push right.
I'm watching right side.
I fucked that up.
Last man standing. Finish.
These guys are camping like fucking pussies, man.
We're losing
Whoa.
ground. Let's take it back.
You're playing the angles, dude.
Hmm?
You're playing angles.
Take this round. We
Oh,
stay alive.
it's
Let's
so
go.
jam though. We're gonna come back 2 more rounds and then
Jam.
finale round. It's up in the air with these deals right here. What?
Oh, these pussies.
Objective failed. Report the debrief.
These guys are good. Yeah, good game, bro.
Bye, have a great
GG's.
Yeah, stop
GG's.
playing like that. Stop playing like that.
Stop playing like what?
Like
Yeah, no. Yo, all the sweaties are on right now, bro. I don't know what I want to play. I want
Sunday night.
Yeah, bro.